Okay, now you are going to start to add a cast shadow. So when we look at cast shadows, and in your PowerPoint, you will learn that cast shadows usually fall away from the direction of the light source. So again, my light is here. It's going to cast a shadow this way. They are also usually a darker, toned down version of the color of the surface they are cast on. So for example, whatever color I am going to draw, or whatever color I'm going to color in on my surface here, this will just be a little bit of a darker version. So maybe my table, let me think of what color I want to use. I'm going to use blue. So I am going to go around, and this is not going to be too difficult. I'm going to go around, since I've finished coloring my dessert, I'm going to go around and add the color of my surface. Okay. Going to lightly sketch over the lines I originally drew for my cast shadow, just so I can kind of recognize where they are. I'm gonna start to add my color in. That's on my surface. Now into the cast shadow area. Alright. I'm gonna draw the lines again so I can make sure I can see them. And I'm adding the color of my surface into the cast shadow. Okay. You can see I have this paper underneath so that I don't color my table like I did the other day. Okay. So obviously you're going to color in everything, but just to kind of keep it quick for you, so you don't have to watch the whole part of me coloring, I am now going to go in with a darker version of that color. So you can either pick another color that's just a little bit darker, like this blue here, or you can go in and add a little black. But remember, black is powerful, so when you go in, you need to make sure you're using it lightly. And the shadow will always be darkest closest to your object or your dessert. Darkest closest, and then it gets lighter as it goes away, farther away. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm getting lighter pressure as I go off in the distance. Okay. I am going to go back on top so I can start to blend the two together. Remember, adding black adds shadow, okay? So I'm going on top of the black I put down so they can mix together. You can see that's starting to mix nicely. Okay. And my light source is up here, and it makes the shadow go that way. All right. And you don't want it to have such a hard edge, so you want to start to blend that out towards the table so you can see it's starting to get smoother. So I'm kind of taking my utensil, oil pastel, whatever you're using, colored pencil, and I am letting it blend in. So it's taking more than one pass through. It's taking more than one time going across to get that effect. Okay. All right. And remember, I said it's darkest here, so I might do a little bit more. And then I might not blend this in, just depending on how it looks. A little bit more blending. Okay. Now I'm going to go through and I am going to finish up my table. Okay. And then we will start talking about the top part. Okay, so now you have colored in the table or the surface that your dessert is on and added your cast shadow. You can see in that last part I started to adjust my shadow. I changed, made it a little bit darker and add a little bit more of a shadow here because I felt like it was off. So now that you've done that, if you have decided to do your project on a colored piece of construction paper, you can leave your background the color of the paper. You don't have to color it in. You can consider it done. If you want to add a color in the background, you definitely can. You can go in with another color. I would suggest picking a color that's different than the surface and different than the desserts you have up here, just so it can pop off the paper. It's not going to blend into the background. So maybe some colors that I could do are yellow, maybe orange. I could even do green. But I think I'm going to leave my top half the exact color that my paper is. You aren't drawing anything in the background either. You're not going to put a window with curtains or a cat on the counter. Nothing. We're just going to leave it just like this, just like a still life, like Wayne Thiebaud has done and we've seen examples of. When you're absolutely finished, you can take a picture of your project, nice and flat just like it is, so you can use your laptop, but if you want a really good quality photo, maybe borrow a parent's cell phone, or if you have a cell phone, take a picture, post it to Schoology, make sure you answer your artist statement questions, and then you are all done with the Wayne Thiebaud dessert project.